and welcome to Beyond the Racing Line, the Formula One podcast, the only one you need. We've been to... Where did we go?
China
and Japan. That's right. We didn't get a Chinese Grand Prix episode in because, unfortunately, one of us was very ill. Man flu struck, and it just didn't work. But yeah, we're back. I'm very pumped to talk about Formula One. We've had quite a couple of really interesting weekends. We'll touch on a few Chinese Grand Prix bits and pieces as we go, I'm sure, but this will mainly focus on the Japanese Grand Prix. I'm joined by Tristan Pocock. Hello, mate.
Hi, mate. How you going? Sorry, caught me with a mouthful of Kit Kat.
Outstanding. You know how I love doing that.
No Kit Kat style in here.
And Shane Freer. Hello, Shane.
Evening, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, my name's Roger Byron. Everyone always complains I never say my name. So here we are. We've seen a couple of Grand Prix. Thoughts on Formula One at this point in time of your life, Shane? Let's start with you.
Oh, I don't know. It's really just... Yeah, it's really concerning, to be honest. So...
It's a tricky one.
Very tricky, because from the air, it looks reasonable, but as you said, from the car, and you're looking at the onboard shots, yeah, when they're lifting and coasting as much as they are, it just doesn't seem to be racing.
There is something not quite right about it, isn't it? And I've got some concerns, but there's also something that's quite unique and different about racing at the moment. Tristan, how are you feeling about Formula One at the moment? This might be our touch base at the moment. Now we have a little touch base at the start. How are you feeling about Formula One at the moment?
Yeah, it's a bit of good and bad. Good and bad. I'm not minding, just as a spectator on the couch, some of the racing. Not all of it, some of it. I think China, with the two Ferraris side by side, was a big tick example of what the good wheel-to-wheel racing looks like.
This Formula One could be.
Could be, and we want to see a bit more.
Yep.
The bad of that is the running out of battery down the straight and just, Max waving at Gasly saying, see you later. Like, there's not much point here. Not enjoying that. Yeah. I don't like the philosophy, the way that we're going racing. Just beyond that surface level. Is there an element of the fact they're overtaking because they're pressing a button annoying you? It annoys me. It does sometimes, but then I like that that's being hidden from us on broadcast.
Yeah.
Because I don't know when they're doing it. I'm sort of guessing. But then deep down, I really do know they're doing it. So
we're simplifying it, though. When we name it that, we simplify it, don't we? Like, I'm sure it's so much more. Drivers talk about it's very complicated to drive these cars. It's not like it is just press the button and off we go. But that's not exciting. Because it's complicated, it doesn't make it exciting, does it?
I'm finding qualifying actually frustrating because you're used to just sitting there going, okay, he's had a good sector, he hasn't had a good sector. Now you just don't know, on this lap he's decided to deploy the energy here and not here, and suddenly, it's sort of funny that someone can go out with two yellow sectors and then set one purple and then suddenly
have a great lap. Does that make it more exciting?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just not... Yeah,
it's not predictable.
No.
And that's something we've asked for a long time.
I like this. I like the build of a lap. I enjoy watching the build of a lap. I don't like
the art of driving.
Absolutely,
a lap. There's a real art to putting together a fantastic qualifying lap.
There is. There's so many examples. Qualifying's a non-event now. Like, let's be honest. It's just a not. It's a non-event.
If we didn't have the Mercedes so far out in front, I think maybe qualifying might be a little bit more interesting.
I think we've had that over the years. We've had one team pretty much in front, but all the other teams have been squashed together.
Yep.
And there's no way at the moment you're going to get an Aston Martin, suddenly have a great qualifying session, end up in the top 10, or even, unfortunately, a Williams, whereas in the past, in the last few years, it's been so close that one of those teams could come out and have a blinder. But that's not happening at the moment because it's spread so much.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a very interesting thing. We're going to get into all the goodies. We've got a drink of the round. Drink of the round's back. It's changed up slightly this year, though. It's not so strict on where we are, but it is encouraged. But we're going to rotate around. Tristan's come through with the goods this time. What did you bring to the table, Tristan?
I brought a beer.
Let's talk about the other one first.
Oh, the other one?
Yeah.
The Montsuta Alcoholic Lemon. I was going to say I haven't got my glass. I've got my glasses. You have to pass over to me. This was on the clearance shelf. Like
Always
the-
a good
like-
start.
like, to be
Always a good
honest,
start.
It was just there, and I thought, yep, that's going to work. Monsuta, alcoholic lemon, a vodka, shoshu, sorry if I got that wrong, and soda. That's what it is.
And it's a whole lot clearer than what you would imagine, isn't it?
Absolutely it is. It's lemon. I just assumed it was yellow. But anyway, what I didn't do is read beyond the brand. And now that you've brought that to my attention, that it's, 7.3%.
Very lethal.
Double serve.
That's lucky because the other beverage he's brought in, so he's brought in 2 cans of that for 3 people. That worked out well, not by design.
Maybe it was.
That's worked out very well.
And then the
because
other one is a quiet... What's that? How do you say that?
Heaps normal.
Heaps normal.
A
Heaps
quiet XPA.
A quiet XPA.
So quiet that it's alcohol free.
It's not. It says 0.5.
Yeah, so it's
So
alcohol
it's
free.
a little bit.
Alcohol free.
Yeah, and I like the can. It's got a little brain on it.
I haven't opened that one yet. I'm looking forward to giving it a go.
I-
What's your thoughts
give
on
it a
the
go.
on the lemon?
I'll try it
Number.
now because I'm not quite sure. Like, I mean, price of fuel's high at the moment. This is...
You could drive it
You
home.
could drive home with it. couldn't you?
It's okay.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
it's different. I'll give
It's
it-
different,
It's,
yeah.
it's
It's
a bit
like-
more tangy than
It is a little bit more
than a
tangy. I like
standard,
that.
yeah.
Gracious. Before that was sour, I like that.
Ah, we got-
I like the drinks that Tristan doesn't like, just to watch the expression on his face.
Yeah, well, gosh. And then what's this like?
Water.
That's good. I like that.
I haven't opened it yet.
Well done, me.
Opening question. We're going to get into an opening question. Got an opening question for you. It's from Kingsley. Welcome back, Kingsley. He'll be pleased. He's been hitting me with opening questions. I haven't been able to get one out for him. Following on from Valtteri Bottas's social media postings, if you could have a drink named after you, what would it be? His was the Golden Mullet. His is easy. Kingsley's is easy. It already exists. The Mad Hatter iced tea based. It's an iced tea based on an old nickname. There you go, Mad Hatter. Similar to a Manhattan iced tea, but with a lot more Bundaberg rum. What drink would you have named after you, Shane?
Jeez, why did you go for me first?
The old codger. What else could you?
No, bald eagle or something like
Ball. Yeah, that's quite good. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking more along the zip around. I think the bald eagle. Yeah, what would you have in it? What would be the mixture of your drink? Do you think?
that. I don't mind an espresso martini. So maybe.
Yeah. With a twist. Espresso martini with.
Ooh, what kind of twister?
Do you like peppermint?
I like vanilla.
Oh yeah, extra vanilla. Do you like peppermint? Mint.
Sometimes.
Or a little bit of
Peppermint
mint
or
liqueur
chocolate.
in there would be good.
Ugh, no,
No, I reckon that'd be good.
My mum used to buy peppermint chocolate deliberately because we all hated it.
Well played, Mum.
So we wouldn't eat it.
What drink would you have named after you?
Oh, jeepers. I don't know. It'd have to be a cider of some sort.
Run and hide.
Yeah, maybe.
The run and hide.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yep. 0% alcohol.
Glass of water.
Glass of water and an apple on the side of it. Yeah. I like that. It's good.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. I think I'd have just the Big Bloody Legend. I think that'd be the name after me.
Modest.
The Big Bloody
Jesus.
Legend.
Jesus, we've had a week off. Oh, boy.
That's right. No, I'd probably be. What would I be?
We already have a beer named after you.
Well, I do. Yeah,
Rogers
Rogers Pale.
Rogers
that's
Pale
actually
Ale.
that's an amber ale, mid strength. You know,
Teacher's whiskey, whatever it is.
yeah, Teacher's whiskey. Yeah, well, actually, that's not bad. Teacher's whiskey with a glass of Guinness with a chaser of Teacher's whiskey. There you go.
Yep.
That's all you need in your
This
life.
is really good. I really like this.
Yeah,
I do.
just go careful. You got to drive home yet.
Nah.
The Japanese Grand Prix. What would you rank it out of 10?
Oh,
You love the
jeez.
Japanese Grand
Oh, I
Prix.
do. I very much
the
do.
It's a better Grand Prix than we've seen for a long time at Japan.
And Japan always delivers.
I disagree.
Oh, okay.
It's a great racetrack.
It's a fantastic racetrack.
In terms of being on track, watching cars go around, it is unreal. Delivering a great race, under delivers.
Fans are first class.
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
Yep. Doesn't always provide overtaking, does it, for a race?
No. But we don't always need overtaking to have an exciting race.
No, we haven't had many races where there hasn't been front row wins in the last 20
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to say an 8.
An 8?
Because
Solid.
it's sort of that, like I was saying at the start, that as a fan sitting on the couch just watching the racing on track without that background knowledge of what they're actually doing, it was pretty good. Like, we had pretty decent... Well, we had Oscar take the lead, oh my God, in turn 1. No one saw that coming. And then safety car, did it ruin it? Yeah, maybe. We're not quite sure.
It did for Oscar.
Kind of did for Oscar, yeah. And then we had a pretty decent battle in that sort of front row of the field. Lewis fell back. Charles got that podium spot. Yeah, just
it delivered,
a little bit going on at the back.
It delivered for a race.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yep. Shane?
I go an 8. I had it up about an 8.5 before the safety car, and then I think the safety car did ruin it because we didn't get to see...
Oh, we could have had a 9 before the safety car.
Yeah, absolutely. But we could have ended up being that because, that threat of Russell maybe getting past Oscar and then Kimi coming through. So I'll go an 8.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very happy with the racing. Like I said, I mean, unless you know what's happening, it's probably these regulations are hurting the Formula One fanatics more than, I guess, the general watcher.
Yeah.
And that's generally the way Formula One's going. And that worries me a little bit. But apart from that, if you're not getting onboard footage, you're seeing some great racing. You are seeing some really terrific racing. And we saw it in lots of different spots. We saw Leclerc around the outside. We saw Lando around the outside. We saw Oscar make a great overtake. We saw some great battles between...
Ollie through the grass.
Ollie through the grass. I mean, that was something else. And then we can talk about that one in a minute. But we saw some fantastic battles, Verstappen and Gasly, for goodness sakes. Like, who would have thought we'd be talking about Verstappen and Gasly having a great battle throughout a race? And so it is producing in that area. We talked about, Tristan, we watched together, didn't we?
We did.
And we talked about that Jensen is just so, and probably the rest of the broadcasters, but I most noticed Jensen is driving this whole notion of these cars are fantastic. And I actually think they are fantastic in so many ways.
Yeah.
I'm with him. And we wonder whether they've just been told, right, you've got to have to really pump this up because otherwise people are going to start switching off, which is not good for anyone's numbers. No one wants that.
No.
And so you've got to be a bit sceptical about why they're saying such great things, but it is genuinely, there's some really fantastic aspects of these race cars.
There is. Yep.
There is just to the, and I wouldn't even say just the diehard Formula One fan, to the usual Formula One fan, there is a little bit to be concerned about, that they're starting to lose what makes Formula One Formula One. We've lost lots of the danger aspect. Mind you, we've brought a little bit back this weekend, but we've lost a lot of the danger, which was important to lots of people for a long time. We've lost the fact that it was open cockpit, which people thought was really important to it for a long time.
Yeah.
And now we're just losing that ability to see these cars go flat out in every moment. And that, for me, is the most concerning part, where this used to just be flat out racing. To a point, but at least in qualifying we'd see flat-out racing. We're just not seeing that anymore, and that's the part that just worries me a little bit. But everything else, I think, is working quite well. Let's get into the race. It was looking like it was going to be a standard race weekend going into it. We saw Oscar produce I think it was a second practice. He was on top, but I think everyone thought that Russell and Kimi were going to make their way back. And Kimi certainly did in qualifying, but the distance between first and third was reduced. It was down to 0.3 this weekend, or 3.5 I think this weekend.
Yeah.
Has the field closed up?
Oh, I don't think the field's closed up. I think it's more those that haven't been on top of it pre-season, and even round 1 and round 2. It's just taking us this long to understand what's going on.
So in other words,
it's closed
up.
But I don't think it's closed up just on performance. I think it's
understanding.
It's built on understanding.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm saying there is I don't really.
They haven't brought changes.
I don't know what the gap is, because you've only got one team that arrived in Australia knowing what they're doing.
Well, I could tell you what the gap is in Australia. It was huge. It was a little less huge in China.
Yeah.
And now it's a fair bit less huge come Japan. So it has closed up. I get what you're saying. It has closed up. It's just, we haven't seen upgrades necessarily. We will soon, but we haven't seen upgrades necessarily. It's just everyone understands this, understanding bits and pieces better.
There's a lot of performance parts coming on the cars, like different wings, different aero elements. So there's a lot of performance at the moment coming in, but
they've always been about,
yeah,
and they just haven't quite laid them all out yet.
And I think the order of the field is still out there unknown. The gaps to each other is still out there unknown.
Yep.
It would just, it'll be different when we go to Miami, and then, it'll be different beyond that. Fred Vasseur even said, what did he say? The championship will be totally different come the end of Miami.
Yeah.
But then very cryptic. I don't know what that means.
Which is it's exciting to hear that,
Yeah.
that all these teams are quite positive about what's still to come, isn't it?
But has it been messy in that sense?
Oh,
testing felt a little bit messy. We've got cars that are not starting. We've got cars that are not completing any race distances. We've got so many not finishing. We're breaking down all over the place. We're already using allocations, which are probably not enough, to be honest. And then we've got cancelled races. It's a real messy. It just feels really messy still at the moment.
They clearly changed too much on these cars
Yeah.
for everybody to be able to handle.
Yep.
And therefore, yeah, it did start messy.
It still feels a little bit messy, but I feel like the more that get on top, we're starting to find what the natural pecking order is.
Yeah,
and what that natural gap is as well.
McLaren put their improvements down to just more understanding.
Yeah.
It was just, we understand things more. I wonder whether Mercedes have come and delivered more information. There's certain times where they have to deliver more information about how to run engines and things like that.
Yep.
And not that they're giving away all the secrets, but yeah, I mean, the top 10 was still over a second. It was nearly a second and a half.
Yep.
In the final qualifying, and so yeah, look, I mean, there's still a decent gap, isn't it? That's more than what we want.
Yeah,
it is.
It is. Yeah.
3 seconds over Q1 from fastest to slowest.
Yeah.
But last year we had that down to
a
second and a half.
But I think it was 4.5 seconds
earlier
in China, and maybe even more. No, it might have been. Yeah, but Australia. Yeah, so I think we're just seeing better understanding. But yeah, it's an interesting one. So we saw McLaren start that process of looking like they're in it. Then we saw Kimi not be able to put a foot wrong, really, and on the opposite side of that, it's just like Russell just couldn't quite get his head around what was happening with the car. He started the weekend feeling fairly confident, but then it just got away from him. He was never quite confident through qualifying, and then I think we probably saw the same thing through the race in the end, didn't we?
Yeah, and his back end, he just couldn't keep the back end where he wanted it, especially around that hairpin. The chicane at the end. Yep.
At one point, it was looking like he was in quite a bit of trouble in qualifying, but he seemed to get it together and was able to do enough, which is important for the championship for him. If he had made that mistake, I'm sure he could have come through the field, but he was going to be making life a whole lot more difficult for himself. In the end, we saw Kimi Antonelli take a win. He started on pole, had a horrible start. In fact, got away from the line okay, but then couldn't keep it together. Lots of wheel spin after that. Toto pretty much put him in it and said that he just got overzealous on the clutch and the accelerator, and yeah, he got a bit excited, but then he worked his way back through. It shouldn't be forgotten that he actually dropped all the way down to sixth place. Yeah, it was a great comeback. Obviously aided by the safety car. The safety car, came at the particularly wrong time where most had done their pit stops. George had only just done his pit stop one lap before and decided that it was the worst thing in the world for anyone to happen to anybody in the whole world.
He was the only one that happened to.
Yep, he was the only one that was put off by this. We're going to talk more about Gorgeous George in a moment, but Kimi was certainly the big winner out of it all. There was a couple other winners down the field, but Kimi was the big winner. That meant that he could take a pit stop that only cost him 10 seconds compared to everybody else's 20-something second pit stops, and it gave him the lead. And once he was in the lead, we saw that pace come straight back, didn't we? He controlled the race from there, and it was never in doubt once Kimi got in front, Tristan.
That's very true. That's very true. I just wonder if Oscar would have won, though.
That's the big question.
It's just a big question that we don't know. We don't quite understand what the McLaren's doing, and it was probably a surprise because we turned up and gone, we haven't seen what they can do. So I guess we're all a little bit shocked that, actually they are on top of it, but we just haven't had a chance to see it. I don't know. I feel like he would have won anyway, Kimi.
I feel that Oscar wouldn't have won, I don't think. I think his last 10, 15 laps, he didn't look comfortable. So he didn't drive away from 2 cars or 3 cars that were battling. He only stayed that 2 seconds ahead sort of thing. So unless he was just controlling it, which he may have been.
Yeah, he did pit earlier than everybody, than some others. And so I wonder whether he was protecting tyres. It was about a 5-lap difference to Kimi and maybe 4 laps to George, I think.
I didn't think it was.
It was,
that much.
which isn't huge, I guess, on hards. But yeah, I wonder whether there's just an element of just managing the race and seeing what's happening there.
I think that first initial stint, the fact that he stayed out and didn't react or look to cover was probably the telling sign that he had the pace. So that really,
from Kimi.
Yeah, that really should have sent alarm bells off in the McLaren pit wall, going, okay, well, he's very comfortable. And he was 0.4 of a lap quicker anyway.
Well, he was
just
itching for some clear air.
Yeah.
He was stuck in traffic the whole way through, and yeah, he was just looking for that clear air, and he got it once everyone decided to do some pitting. But the thing with Oscar is he certainly had George under control.
Yep.
And whether Kimi would have been able to take on George to go and get the lead, that would have been interesting. Yeah, Bernie's done the numbers, and she seems to think that McLaren were very much a chance to win the race.
Yeah.
But it is an unknown.
Yeah, I didn't see the need to pit him then because he had George covered.
He had George covered.
And George hadn't pitted.
Yep.
So I mean, I don't know why he went so early.
Anyway. I think the Norris and Leclerc, I mean, they were still a fair distance back, but I think just the threat of them coming. He actually, apparently, Oscar wanted to pit first and was given the no, and they chose to let Norris pit. I mean, seems like a good idea to me from McLaren to do that one, but yeah, Oscar was pretty keen to get the pitting done just to cover off the threat of George getting some fresh tyres, or Kimi getting some fresh tyres, I guess. But George, like we said, George couldn't really get a hold of it, but Kimi was fairly faultless once he got back in front. Talking about Oscar, his start was just electric.
Absolutely.
It was, I mean, we had nothing to go off.
No, and that's it. And that's probably why we loved it more. It was very much like Ferrari in Australia, where we thought, ooh, are they really this good off the line? And then they are.
I was expecting him to take a little bit because he hadn't had a proper race start yet.
Yeah.
But, his start was fantastic. It was equally as good as the Ferraris. Maybe the Ferraris were slightly better, but not a lot.
Nope.
He had a wonderful start and controlled that race beautifully when he had the chance.
And
Oscar.
I think about what you say when it comes to championships, right? That you've got to experience the championship, been in the fight and lost it, to then have the nous to come back and win it. Like you look at what Max did. Charles has sort of had that experience but never got back there. Lando did the year before. He won last year.
Yep.
He lost out to Max and then come back. And the thing about what George is doing at the moment, that his radio messages send a little bit of a message. He's a bit rattled at the moment. Thinking, oh, hang on.
Yep.
Hang on. What's Kimi doing here? Why is he in front of me? What are you doing for me? And then Oscar, I guess Oscar's got that advantage over the field now, doesn't he? Because he's been in the fight, he's led it, he knows what it's like to lose it. So we probably we've taken that for granted over the first few rounds because he hasn't even started the race for the first time. But yeah, I think it'll be an advantage for him later on in the year. Well, I hope it is.
He's also not a favourite.
That's right.
Which is a little bit of a... He spent most of last year being the favourite because he was leading the championship so long.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a relief from him that he's missed the first 2 races. I mean, I'm sure that's not a relief to him.
Absolutely
but he's missed the first 2 races, but there's almost a little bit like, well, let's just get a race done and he can go off and just get on with things now.
And that was probably the goal for the weekend, was to finish.
Yep.
And then suddenly
to start,
he could have won. Well, maybe, yeah. Anyway, he probably had the same goal as what Aston did on the weekend, except he got a trophy when he went home.
That's I hope he had bigger aspirations.
It might have been the same.
Nerve damage. His teammate in Lando just never... He's a bit like George. He had a bit of like a George weekend. He just never quite come to terms with the car the same way that Oscar did.
Yeah.
So he would have been pretty disappointed with his race weekend, I would have thought.
Lost a lot of running in the practice sessions.
He did,
issues.
And it just seemed like he could never catch up. And in this era of racing, I guess that's really important. What he's learnt in Australia has probably not really helped him out here because that was such early learning.
Yeah.
What they learned in China would have been so important to the rest of the field. But yeah, so I think what they learned in the practice sessions would have been really, really important because the teams, like we said, are coming to grips with this, and McLaren in particular, learning how to run these engines properly and how to harvest properly. And so, yeah, he never quite came to terms with it. I don't expect him to be down all the time, but yeah, it wasn't his weekend, that's for sure. Moving on to the Ferrari boys, they were a funny little team this week, weren't they? They looked like they could have been in it, but they were sort of trumped by McLaren in the end, weren't they?
Yeah, and then that final phase of qualifying, they sort of fell apart there, didn't they? That was a little bit of last year with Ferrari. Hot in FP1, FP2, little bit of a backward step in FP3, and then suddenly you get to really Q3 of qualifying, and then suddenly Lewis is like 6th and 7th, and Charles is not quite on the lap, and you think, like, where's it all gone? So...
Yeah, there's a bit of confidence coming out of that team.
Yeah.
That their engine's probably not quite where they want it to be. However, it's getting real close.
Do they look a little bit better because around them you don't have Max and you don't have the McLarens at the moment? Do they look a little bit better just because it's currently
the
them?
It's
currently them versus Mercedes.
I think they look better because they're getting off the start. Well,
Yeah,
that's
they're in
certainly
the,
helping.
it's
they're
an
in the
absolute
fight.
strength there. It's
Which
an absolute strength.
Could be great when they get to Monaco.
But then if
Absolutely.
McLaren get it together,
Monaco.
and then let's say through some miracle Max gets it together, they might not necessarily be the second best car. So it's just something I've been thinking about. Like,
Yeah,
there's only one other team.
they're certainly in the hunt with Mercedes.
Yep.
They've been in the hunt with them for the first part of the race.
Yep.
But then nothing more.
Yeah, reminds me a little bit of Haas a couple of years ago where they came out firing, just collect as many points as you can right now while the others are
See, I think
stumbling.
they'll do the opposite. I think they will develop into a team.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. They're an interesting one. I mean, I thought Charles actually had a really fantastic race. I thought he drove really well.
And I thought Lewis was probably the opposite. He started well, but then he pitted later with Kimi and just died towards the end. He was being overtaken left, right, and centre, and he really shouldn't
He just
have been.
couldn't switch on those tyres.
No, he couldn't.
Lewis,
Just the deg on that was obviously so high that he fell backwards 3 or 4 spots. So, and that was really bizarre. I thought that was unusual to see.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, it's an interesting point. I mean, we did have a late safety car, but the field was only split from front to 6th by 25 seconds. That's probably an improvement too, a little bit. But yeah, the safety car probably had a little bit to do with that, mind you. Kimi seemed to be moving once the safety car came out.
Yeah,
went in. He got a hurry on. Next one to talk about would be Pierre Gasly. He had a decent race, didn't he?
He did have a good race.
Alpine Alpine's probably closer to where I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, maybe.
They probably outperformed where you thought they were going to be, I'd say, at this point in time. I mean, it's very early. It's very early. But yeah, they've started to show that they've got a little bit about them.
Yeah, I did say
one driver.
It was unsure that you could just bolt the Mercedes engine in the back of it and be okay.
Yep.
Kind of looks a little bit that way at the moment, doesn't it? But you're right, it is only one driver. So...
Well, they've only got one driver.
Pierre's talent will be putting him a little bit further up there. I still don't know. It's still to be seen. I think this round was their best round so far.
They had a decent one in China, right?
China was good too.
I reckon he drove better here than what he did in China. And
they got double points in China, I think.
Yes, Franco got a single point for the first time, which absolutely went under the radar in China. I know Kimi had his first win, but Lewis had his first podium for Ferrari, and Franco had his first points in Formula 1, but those two elements totally forgotten. I don't know. I think Racing Bulls had a poor round this round. I thought they could have been a little bit better, and maybe that made Gasly look a little bit better than what he was. Obviously, Bam had put it in the wall, so there's a Haas that probably could have been in front of him there too. So
they're 5th in the championship, Alpine.
Yeah.
Only early, but collected 16 points already. It's a good haul of points for 3 rounds in.
Yeah.
And this is very much a case of make hay while the sun's
just
shining.
Grab them now, yeah.
Yep,
Jury's still out for me.
Haas is on 18 points.
Yep.
But, I mean, they're ahead of Red Bull Racing after 3 rounds. They're ahead of Racing Bulls. And Audi's only scored the 2 points, which they sort of feel like they've performed better
than 2 points
than Alpine
definitely
this season. But they clearly haven't.
Yeah.
Which is, it's just, they've after Australia, I was worried about my prediction on them, and that wasn't an indication as to where they're at.
I guess what Gasly's had 3/7 or something like that. Is what he's had. So
Yeah.
Whereas the others have been a little bit on and off. So
Yeah.
consistency is the key there with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the jury's still out for me. I'm not quite sure.
I'm with you.
Not
I'm
quite sure.
not seeing that they're.
Give me round
the next
10
best
and maybe
thing.
I
Yep.
could make a definitive decision on
Yep.
where I think they might be.
Yep. Yeah. Well, give me till round 22, and I'll tell you exactly where they are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brilliant.
His teammate Colapinto, was he at all to blame for the Behrman incident?
Oh yeah, a little bit. Yep.
I thought he was, and then I went back and watched it. I was like, you know what? You drift across a track in racing, you should still be allowed to do that in racing.
It was late though. Like the defensive move was late.
It was,
But it probably looks worse
because of the closing
speed difference. Like if they're both at the same speed, then you'd just be going, that's ordinary. What are you
racing
doing?
incident
Racing incident
is correct.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think you only let him off it because of the closing speed, and that's part of this problem with the batteries and everything like that. Because someone's pushed the battery, you don't like when the DRS is on, you know it's on.
One's pushed the battery, the other one's harvesting. It is a difference, yeah.
Without the lights showing that he's
harvesting. Well,
either.
he wasn't actually super clipping, which is interesting. Like it could have actually been even more.
Yes. I've seen different reports. It was 50, it was 40, it was 90 Ks.
I saw that today. There was someone said 90
kilometres. Definitely not that. He didn't really do much different to what Lewis was doing into turn one.
They've been able to defend by drifting across a track forever.
Yep.
And I don't think that should stop now because they've got these regulations wrong.
How do you feel about the noting of the incident and nothing more than noting it? Like, we didn't investigate it, we didn't get anything
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. They had a look at it.
Yeah, I thought they looked at it and just said no
noted,
further.
and then no further action.
Yeah, okay. I didn't see the further action.
Yeah.
I felt like
think you're down checking on your young fella at my joint.
I might have been, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah.
I thought
So
it was just noted.
they went with it. So yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, he finished in 16th. It's going to be what it's going to be. I mean, if this team is serious about what they want to achieve in Formula One, there has to be something done about this second driver.
No, they won't do anything because he brings ridiculous amounts of money. And if anything this last 24 months has taught us is that if you've got enough money, you can have it in F1.
If they're trying to sell this team, they're going to make a whole lot more than what Colapinto can bring to the table if they can perform. So, yeah, it's for me, it's something that just has to be addressed at some point in time.
I will not be shocked. I'll even go a real early prediction that he'll be re-signed again by the end of the year, before the year's out.
I also won't be shocked. But, yeah, it is a poor move.
It will absolutely
I also won't be shocked if they got a change in leadership. I'll tell you what, he does not look well. When we saw him,
he didn't know what to do with
Flavio
his hands,
Briatore does not look well. He looks... Anyway, he's still going all the races, so...
Oh, well.
I'll tell you what, this no alcohol beer tastes nice.
I said that, didn't I?
That's very nice.
Well done.
Show me about the alcohol.
I'm on fire this season.
Do I have to clip it, do I?
Yeah, this is like super clipping. This beer is like Formula One at the moment.
This is recharging.
It tastes good, but you're not really getting what you want.
So that you can have the boost here on the way home.
Max Verstappen, Max Verstappen, toys are out of the cot. He's cracking it. I'm not racing Formula One next year.
Fair.
It is a suki la la moment of Max Verstappen that is not attractive for him at the moment.
He does not belong where he is in the field. I don't care what the car is doing.
It doesn't. He has.
It is so wrong that he is where he is.
What a ridiculous.
But it happens. It happens. With
I know.
all champions
it's
at some
so
stage.
wrong. It's so wrong to see him there. I'm with him. I really am. I'm with him.
So he should quit.
I tell you what, if he quits, it will be a huge
blunder for Formula One.
A huge mark on the sport and a massive loss, and it will cause a lot of ripples into other areas. I feel in Formula if they lose him.
It'd be almost like a Senna when he went and tested the IndyCar secret test and he's going to leave for a year.
But I mean, it's a shallow bloody. What's he going to do if he quits? Honestly,
do whatever he wants.
Yeah, and none of it's going to be as cool as being a race car, a Formula One driver. Like he can. I agree with you. He can do whatever he wants.
See,
But whatever he wants is not as good as the job he's got now. And it is very much a case of sooking it up. If he was in a car that was doing well, we would see a very different Max Verstappen comment happening here. I agree, he doesn't like the cars. Hamilton hasn't liked the cars since they've all been ground forced. Ricciardo didn't like the cars. They haven't sooked it up.
Max's was very vocal a couple of years ago. And that what his infamous clip now of when the regs were being drawn out.
Oh, yeah.
That he openly said, this is not right. And he's got that real pure race driver within him. There will be categories...
Le Mans endurance cars.
Just sitting there,
that would be...
licking their lips going, please, for the love of God, leave.
Yeah.
Because the moment another category gets it would be like the Lewis to Ferrari effect, that every Verstappen fan will come along and whatever category could pry him out of Formula One
I couldn't agree more.
benefit. And you know what? We will all follow too.
Your Mansell to IndyCar.
You're all follow. Give me a break.
But you would, if he went to WEC, you would instantly tune in and watch that to see what he's doing. You wouldn't not turn out.
You would the same way that if Dacos went and played in...
That's very different.
In the it's not. If he went and played in the Benny Football League...
You'd be straight there.
You would go and watch.
Of course you would. That's what I'm saying.
You would go and watch, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you're not going to follow it because it's all rubbish compared to Formula One. It's all rubbish compared to AFL. Same deal with the Premier League. If the best player of the Premier League goes and plays a crappy league, I guarantee you, and this does happen from time to time, people will keep an eye on it. They're not going to watch the same way.
Well, the difference with Formula One is you can be a driver fan or a team fan. So then for those people that are just a Max fan and not a Red Bull fan, they'll go with him.
But they won't because whatever the program is not as good as Formula One.
I think he would make that. He will be that draw card. You look at what he did with the Nürburgring, that little, the 12-hour or whatever. The amount of
the wet cars are doing the same stuff.
Yeah, but they went with him and they would just... He will just bring...
Not permanently.
Yeah, I think absolutely.
It's at the empty throw. Whatever he wants to go and do isn't going to be as cool as being a Formula One driver because there isn't a cooler job in the world. Like the fact that he's a dad, I can see him going and taking a year off.
Yep.
I can honestly see that happening and coming back in and winning the next World Championship because then he'll change teams.
You'll choose the team.
That's right. I mean, that's his other option, isn't it? He goes and finds a successful team. I mean, these cars aren't going to be this horrendous for many years.
Wow.
Like they might get another improved year next year.
Maybe.
And then they'll make an improvement the next year and then it'll be gone.
That FIA statement screams that this is us
maybe
recognising
but they've got work to do because of the accident. That's why they got big work to do. But I mean, that sort of comment doesn't help them.
His sentiments are being echoed though by drivers. Like if you look up and down the interviews, that they are all not happy. And I think now it's the fact that it was Max at the start. And they were going, get over yourself. And now it's Lando. And now it's Sainz. And everybody...
Only the big drivers that don't really care are the ones that are coming out and saying this is a terrible
everybody is starting to come out and going, okay,
And I don't think anyone's in disagreement. But the rest of them aren't cracking and saying, I'm not going to race Formula One
anymore. Lewis would be the only one at the moment that is loving life.
Oh, he didn't so much after this race.
No, but he is though, isn't he? Like he's like, I love this, I love this, I
rejuvenation,
love this. Yeah, he's loving it. But there are not many others, I think.
George loves it. Have you heard George?
No, I don't think George does love it at the moment.
No, George loves it. It's unfair if you try and talk about changing it. Kimi's quite a big fan. He's a big fan of it.
Yeah.
And I imagine Oscar's like, it's not so bad. But yeah, so anyway, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
You're right. F1 can't let it happen.
No.
Because it would...
For a range of different reasons.
If what they're trying to do is save face at the moment with what they've done...
Yep.
And how it's not going down well with so many people. If you lost him as a draw card to the sport, geez, it'd be downhill real fast from there.
You might need a poll on socials. Would you follow Max and watch whatever category?
Yep.
Yeah, but even like people will say, yeah, of course I will, and then they just won't. It just won't. Like you'd need to see the numbers of that sport increase by the amount of numbers that Formula One dropped off.
Talking of dropping off, I saw just a clip about one of the channel whatever things from Germany, and they reckon that their viewership, and of course you don't know what to believe anymore, was down 40% or 43%.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I've seen a lot of people talking about not subscribing to their F1 channel anymore.
Yeah.
Because of the onboards and what was really just pure vomit watching it through 130R. I think there'll be elements of that happening. You look at what they're doing and the way they're hiding it on social media too, hiding the comments, and then the almost recovery statement on Twitter saying, "Oh, by the way, Kimi's onboard lap just happened to be through 130R. Oh, we lost."
About the
we
statement,
lost footage.
What do you think is going to be happen with that statement?
I think it's damage. I think it's a quick damage control that I don't. No one's buying.
They've got a month, and then they've got 3 weeks, like you said.
Yep.
And then there's a few more races. Then they've got a mid-season break.
Yep.
So they're going to get away with being able to put some things in place. I mean, the mid-season break, they can't really do a lot because they are actually supposed to be on a break.
Yeah.
But
I don't think
this is their open. I mean, there's a few things that teams believe can be done quickly. I've never heard anyone actually explain what they can be. But there are a few things teams believe that can be done pretty quickly.
But is that the case? They don't know what they can do.
Well, I think it's around different teams trying to block bits and pieces. But now if it's on safety grounds, they might have that avenue.
That's that word.
They've had you know what? We've had this near miss. We got lucky. We're going to have to make some changes. And so, for me, if there is something that can be done, man, it should be done. But I mean, is this the catalyst to say, look, these engines just aren't working? Next year, we're going to V8 engines on sustainable fuel. And you watch how many Formula 1 fans come back into the sport.
Of course.
If you can keep the cars nice and small, these cars seem to follow really nicely. I don't know if that's because of what's happening with the energy deployment or what the go is there, but so if we can keep elements of what they've got and then bring in a V8 engine with a little bit of like the old fashioned from last year where you got the extra power boost with a V8 engine or something like that, that would be something spectacular. I mean, it seems like too far, doesn't it? But if it's on safety grounds, maybe it has to be.
And that's it.
If the sport is leaking money through things like television rights and all those sorts of things, then I mean, it's believed that Audi were the major drivers and Cadillac are the major drivers are trying to get this engine to be
yes, because they want that real world application,
which makes sense, but
then do we need that?
That's right.
Do we need that?
They're a new manufacturer.
Yeah.
Can you just say, look,
can I sleep at night knowing that a part of my car didn't come from Formula 1? Absolutely, I can. Like, I don't need that in my life.
Shane will still have the V8.
Like, I'll have a bigger engine, that's for sure, and a louder engine, but other bits and pieces,
Liam Lawson picked up 2 points. Let's talk about Liam Lawson.
Yes,
he picked up 2 points. He was a big beneficiary of the safety car.
Yes,
also, it was a big. Arvid Lindvad was going backwards. He had a nice little start, but was going backwards pretty quick in this race.
Yeah,
seems to be his thing at the moment. But yeah, so they sort of swapped positions around the safety car, but Lawson 2 points, pretty decent for him, I guess.
Not too bad.
Yeah,
I think Racing Bulls are just quietly going about it.
Yeah, held on.
Gee, their livery looked good too, by the way, didn't it?
Couldn't disagree more.
What did you think, Shane?
I actually didn't mind it.
Thank you.
Yeah, a few people were actually opposite to you, Roger. A lot of people liked it.
Yeah. From a still, it was fine. As soon as I saw it, though, I knew it was going to look terrible on track, and it looked crap on track. You just couldn't see it. It just looked messy on track.
I thought it was fantastic.
I like the Haas.
Not good.
Yeah, I thought the Haas looked okay, but yeah. Esteban Ocon in the Haas picked up the last point.
Better weekend for him.
Yeah. Yep. And he was tracking along better than Behrman anyway, wasn't he?
I think he out-qualified Behrman.
Yep.
As well.
Which is, I mean, Behrman was fifth in the championship coming into this round.
Like I said, I don't think it's Ocon's role this year to be scoring points. I really do. It's just
which is one of the most ridiculous things you've stated.
I know, but he's not turning up to score bulk points. He's developing. Ollie's scoring points.
But he's that good of a development.
Yeah, and it just doesn't work that way. I mean, points are points with a team. I agree. They will have a driver that leads that, but I think he's still expected to score points. He's just not as good at it as Behrman is. Then the Audis. I mean, this seems to be maybe why they're only on 2 points, because they're just out of the points.
They looked really good in final practice and quali, didn't they? They really did. I think they got burnt by the safety car as well. Probably, their race start was poor. They lost 6 and 4 positions off the line, so that didn't help. And then from there, I think the safety car on top of an incredibly poor start, and then they just were not able to recover. It was Suzuka being so difficult to pass anyway, so it was just compounding itself, that issue. So, yeah.
How did Hadjar end up so far back in the end?
He went early. I think he went early with Perez as well on the hard compound. Because we wondered why Perez was so far behind, but I think Perez stopped twice and did the early hard compound, and it was not turning on. What do you make of Hadjar at the moment? Because we're talking about the second Red Bull seat.
Going great, because you can't tell. I mean, Max is uninspired, clearly.
Yeah.
He's not enjoying these cars, clearly. But it means that his teammates...
He's still not... He looks like he's dropped off him.
2-1 qualifying.
Hadjar's up.
Yeah.
But he did fall a long way behind in the race.
He's falling behind in race pace. He's not there on race pace still.
Yeah. For me, he's going fine at the moment.
Okay.
You won't know until Max is happy in a car, I guess. And then...
I think as soon as Max is happy in that car, the gap will just be daylight.
I tend to agree. But yeah, you can't really comment on that just at the moment, because he's outperforming Max, really, in terms of raw speed. So yeah, he's doing fine. He's doing all right at the moment. It's just the team needs to get it together, don't they? The Williams boys, I tell you what, is there any team that needs a break to go and get their stuff sorted out? It's the Williams team, isn't it?
Didn't they just have 12 months break focusing on this year's car?
Well, they actually outperformed where they were supposed to be last year.
Are they starting 2027's car now?
I think it's a premiership hangover.
Is that what we're getting here from James? That we're going to park
1.5 world champions. They're probably just a bit too much partying.
So yeah, I mean, it's funny because that was the whole message, wasn't it? We're working towards 2026. They outperformed last year and then have turned up 26 in a world of pain. But anyway, if there's a team that needs this break, there's a team that needs this break. It's them.
And Aston Martin.
Well, Aston Martin need more than this, don't they? But
how much do you think was Lawrence Stroll tapping Fernando on the shoulder and going, I am really not too fast if you have nerve damage by the end of the afternoon. I'll pay your medical bill, but we are in Japan and I've got a Honda engine and you will finish that race regardless if you have to roll across the line unconscious. But do you think that they just went, you will finish because we are at home in Honda's backyard?
I don't think Fernando would give a rat's.
Really? Well, he's a dad now, so...
Yeah, don't know.
They will... Cadillac will beat them this year.
I'm not entirely sure that...
Hands down.
I'm not entirely sure Lawrence Stroll would care much about what Honda's thinking at the moment, considering how they're feeling about their company. But
they said round 7 that they would have it together.
Yeah.
It could not look further from having it together. One car has only just finished its first Grand Prix, and we're round 3. That's something...
It's only a lap down.
That's something you should be doing on day 1 of testing. You should be finishing testing.
Perez had a decent weekend on Cadillac Aston Martin form. Like he was a long way ahead of Fernando Alonso in the end.
Yeah.
He had a
Bottas,
decent weekend. Yeah, Bottas was nowhere.
Spanking Bottas. I mean, apart from your qualifying today, he's in the race. He's a long way ahead of Bottas.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway,
saddens me, but
let's get into our 3, 2, and 1. Thanks to all signs. 3, 2, and 1. Ah, man, it's a tricky one this week. It is a tricky one this week. I'm going to go 3 points to Oscar. I thought he drove spectacularly after such horrendous start to the season. Practice was good, qualifying was strong, and then had a really strong race. And he would have been right in that for the win if it wasn't for a safety car. So for me, Oscar, I thought had a near perfect race weekend, really. My 2 points are going to go to Kimi. Messed up the start, but everything else seemed pretty spectacular. I know he's in the strongest car. We don't generally give those points to those guys, and 1 point goes to Pierre Gasly.
Okay.
Being able to beat Max, even if Max isn't happy, is pretty spectacular.
I'm going to go 3 points to Pierre.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, I think over the whole weekend, pretty good.
Yep.
2 to Oscar, and 1 to Kimi.
Okay. I'm going to go 3 to Oscar. I'm going to go 2 to Charles.
Yeah, I was close to giving Charles. I thought Charles had a really, really great race.
2 to Charles, and then 1... I don't know. Is there anyone that really deserves one?
Pierre?
Nah.
Is it because they're the team you don't want to go well?
No, because it
That's
just...
That's Williams.
Well, that one's gone.
It's just, for me, they're still just there because they just bought the fast bit and stuck it on. So, there's not a lot of talent needed for that, I don't feel.
For Pierre Gasly, who's in an Alpine.
Yeah, but they, like I said, they just...
Best of the rest.
They bought the fast engine and stuck it on, and that's why they're there.
But Kimi didn't develop his engine.
Well, that's why I'm not giving Kimi any points.
Oscar didn't develop his engine.
No, but I love
They
Oscar.
they bolted on an engine into the McLaren too, you do realise?
I'll give one to Lewis because I just feel sad.
What?
I just feel sad for him. There's no one that deserves one. I'm just going to give it to Lewis. Just because
You...
But I have no reason.
that seems
I've
like
just
a
no,
great
I've
reason.
just no reason to give him one.
Oh,
It just-
He was probably
your
the dud of the
pig-headedness
day.
is
Because
getting out of hand.
I'm not. I'm just saying, like, we
Your
don't give it to
pig-headedness-
Kimi because he's in the fast car. I'm not going to give it to Pierre because he's got the fast engine. I'm just
So
gonna-
you're going to give it to Lewis,
I'm just
who
gonna
got
give
his
it to
butt
Lewis.
kicked,
But-
who held up
because
his
George
Ferrari.
doesn't deserve it. Lando doesn't deserve
Who
it.
did you give the 2 points to?
Oh, you gave 2 to Charles.
Charles,
Three
because
to Oscar.
he built that car. Do you know that, Shane? He built that car.
3 to Oscar, 2 to Charles. I'm going to give 1 to Lewis.
So not Kimi, who
No.
went from 6th back up to lead, or
No.
All right, dud of the day. Let's get into dud of the day. My dud of the day has changed in the last couple of minutes.
Oh, has it really?
Tristan is by far
No, it's
the
not.
dud.
That's my one point.
Lewis couldn't keep that car ahead of anybody
He can just have
in
a
his
point.
league.
I know. I
He
didn't
sooked-
give it. I
sooked
didn't
and
give a
moaned
reason
about
other
it.
than
Well, you're
just
taking
cause.
the points system into disregard, so
Well,
you get
not
dud of the day.
actually. Not
Well
actually.
done. You're the first start of the season. Well done.
You both gave points to a driver who finished lower than he did.
yeah,
So thank you.
only by 7 seconds.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter.
Oh.
And he was in an Alpine,
Yeah, I
which
know.
is the car that you said, oh no, they're terrible,
Should
they
be.
can't be anywhere.
No.
Even though they've got this amazing engine bolted to it.
I'm happy with my choices.
What was Lewis, second or
No, you're
third
done.
after the safety car?
You got a dud for me?
I'll probably get some messages
I
right
feel
now
a couple
saying
of duds.
thanks for your great
Tristan's one of
comment.
them.
Tristan, now Lewis
rude.
is for that.
It's rude.
Yeah, Jack Black.
Oh.
Oh, why?
Because I said, like you saw me, I had Tenacious D on today.
You did.
It's not that I don't like him
Yep.
and his stuff, but he just acts like a dick when he doesn't need to.
That's what that's him though. That's
Yeah, but
how
is it funny? It's not funny.
No, it's just, don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Roger could pull those faces and
Can he?
and just he just was wanting the attention away from everyone else back onto him when he'd had his little go.
Well,
Hey, here's my dad.
he's your dad.
You got a dud?
My,
Oh, do you have no one?
Yeah, Bottas.
Yeah, stinking it up.
Unfortunately, and someone did say we probably didn't need 2 old drivers in the Cadillac.
There was somebody.
Some of that.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of duds. Just like a sprinkling of duds this
Okay.
round.
Can you name yourself as a dad?
No, absolutely
Yeah,
not. 'Cause that's a
that's
great
gotta
call.
be good.
No, it's a great call. I'll get messages here shortly saying, well done, great call.
Considering it's not live.
Well, it might be. You never know. You never know. They'll come later. Sprinkling of duds. My first dud is like kind of on the way to Jack Black. The celebrity flag wave is now totally fake. Did you see that? It's a dub. So we still have the
Official.
the official. We still have the F1 official waving the checkered flag in the tower. And then the celebrity flag is now on the fence. If you haven't picked up, it's been last day round. So it's a fake checkered flag.
Do they lean out?
So
over?
so they don't get it wrong. And then it was magnified on their social media. I took a screenshot of the quick video that come up, and then you will see. There it is. There. So this is on like the F1. I know visuals for
Yes.
podcast shocking. So there is Jack waving the checkered flag to finish the race, but then up in the top there. There is the actual. There's the actual marshal up there waving the proper checkered flag.
There you go.
So
So it was there. At least it wasn't a pre-record waving.
No. So it was a fake waving. So celebrity checkered flag wavings are now fake.
Yep.
The decimal point is doing my head in. It really is on the broadcast. I cannot handle seeing the margin at like 0.6.
So that just means it's the next amount of the
So I
second.
need to see to 3 decimal place, because unless we are gaining by a 1/10 of a second, it looks like we're not making any inroads at all. I enjoy watching that. So That's becoming a massive issue for me. I'm not handling watching it like that. It feels like something on the kids cast where it's, just point one or something like that.
It looks basic. It does look very basic.
It's basic, it's bizarre. And then my other little sprinkling of the dud is just the way that we're masking what's going on in car, on the broadcast, and on social media. Like, we're off board for track replays. We're not showing energy deployment. We're feeding us the things that will make us feel good about it.
They're in disaster management,
There's so much more going on. Yeah. The instant lack of onboard footage to 130 after practice too, and it was just non-existent anymore. And it's just...
Which is a beautiful part of the season.
It is.
Watching cars go through
It's so blatant, and they think... I feel like I think the everyday fan is oblivious to it, and there will be some.
Oh, there's
fans,
plenty of fans. There's lots of people love this.
Yeah.
Lots of people love this, which is fine,
but
it's just not what Formula One's about.
It's not, and the hiding of fan comments on social media, I've seen that so much that I don't enjoy that, and I feel for the first time for Sky Sports. I really do. I didn't think I'd say that 3 rounds in, but they're obviously being told to drive the positive message, which is fine.
You can't possibly push too much in the negative. They are still dropping their little comments in there.
That's right.
They can't keep pushing the negative because it just doesn't work.
So there's just a couple of those little things for me.
Yep. Did you get any messages about...
I just get messages.
Did you get any messages about good call?
Oh, that's a great call.
What does it say?
It says, "Hey Tristan, loving the pod this week. What a terrific call."
I just saw one come up. What a shit call that was.
Messaging was for so message.
Oh dear.
Can you text him and just say what a shit call?
Where are we at with F1.5?
Oh, where are we?
Yes, I did just send him a message.
I did say...
What a shocking call. You're on review for next week.
No, that's not true.
You're not just a World Cup start.
No, I forgot my train of thought
you might get banned for 5 weeks.
Okay, looks like we're all banned for 5 weeks. It's usually round 5, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but I'd like to get your thoughts.
I'm feeling pretty good about... I think it's... the contentious one. Will Red Bull be in there? Maybe Red Bull will be in F1.5 for the very first time. There's always a team that I'm not quite sure about. I think I could safely say Mercedes won't be there and Ferrari won't be there.
McLaren look like they should be good enough.
Look like they'll be all right out of there. So maybe for the
if they can keep starting races, that's important.
But for the very first time, we might see RedLl in there.
Just imagine the spark in Max's step.
Imagine if Max got his 5th title and it was at 1.5. Mind you, he's probably not winning that at the moment.
Relegating a team from the get-go?
Ooh,
teams like Cadillac and Aston Martin just don't get a Guernsey because they're not good enough?
I've thought about that. I thought about, do we have a little standalone series between those two? But even with that, Cadillac win it, don't they?
Well...
Maybe
that could be exciting.
Yeah, maybe we just don't include Aston, to be quite honest.
And Caddy.
But what harm does it have actually having them in there?
Well, I don't think it's going to do any harm, to be quite honest.
Mind you, two of those drivers beat the Williams.
But then you never know, because you look at what was it, Australia? We had 6 non-starters, and I reckon Caddy might have even pinched a point there, to be quite honest.
No, they haven't.
I don't know. I don't know. It's a bit late in the night for maths, to be quite honest, but.
No, you don't have to do maths. I'm just interested in your thinking. Yeah.
I just think that's, maybe.
So Red Bull's the one that's making you...
Red Bull's the one that I'm not sure about.
Yeah, sleepless nights on
you don't want to go give Max Verstappen an F1.5 title.
No, that would... I just...
Yes, I'm not sure he'd be overly thrilled receiving that.
I don't think he would either, no. No, but then as I said, he might not even be winning it, to be quite honest.
Well, that's true.
So anyway, that'd be the thing. Red Bull's the one to keep me out. I think you do... I think I'd put Caddy in... I'd be leaning towards not putting Aston in because they're not doing anything. They're not finishing.
Well, I think you'd have to... I think if you're running
Fernando still beat Valtteri.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Like, they're not coming last.
No.
Fernando was not... Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, good. Yeah, back to your point, Shane. Does it really matter if they're in there? Probably not, because they're not doing anything anyway.
Yeah.
I'd hate to rob them of a point should they
should they turn it around?
Should they turn it around?
If they turn it around, interesting, they go back and recalculate all the...
Retrofit
that would be
a lot of work to do.
Yeah. So
anyway, that's sort of... Yeah. I think I'll safely say McLaren no, Ferrari no, Mercedes no, but the rest are just in this year, outside of those three.
Fantasy. Thanks to Dr. Auto Art. We got fantasy. I'm ready for anything you bring to me.
I've already told you what you done. I'm so excited. And for those people that are wondering, yes, part of your man flu was probably fantasy related, to be quite honest. I think you saw your score and fell ill. Straight after that.
China was not flash.
It was not flash.
I will absolutely
It was not flash at all.
take that on board. But that was due to Oscar not starting and some other problems going on in my teams.
Lots of things
I'm
going
okay
on.
with this last round. I'm okay with it.
Are you?
You're using chips like they're going out of fashion. You realise they're not potato chips and you can't just eat them away.
I am doing what all good teams do.
How many chips have you used?
I have used
2.
3 chips so
Three
far.
chips, 3 races.
Yes,
and all I've heard is chirp, chirp, chirp. Look how good I am. You're just using chips. Your team's not that good.
I am collecting
It's a little
points.
bit like push the button
Yeah,
or boost.
that's
I'm
true.
I'm doing what Mercedes are doing, and while you two try and fumble your way through and get it together, I'm just going to rake in points nice and early, and then skip
Fall
away.
Talking
Skip
about-
away to a top 10 lead. That's what
Talking
I'm
about
doing.
fumbling, on the way to our race that we had the other week in China, I had changed mine around. I'd put Pierre I'd put Pierre and Alpine in, and I forgot to hit save.
Oh,
This is a true story. He was telling me how happy he was that he'd done these moves, and then he looked a bit later on and goes, I didn't hit save.
silly. Goodness gracious me.
And I think it was Oscar I'd gotten rid of as well because I'd bought, and I'd doubled up on Kimi and,
Crazy. Anyway, thanks to Chris at Dr. Auto Art. What is it, our top 5? I've got to keep remembering this now because it's different.
No.
So our winner
gets a
print
choice.
of your own.
Yep.
Choice of your own print. So tick if you are the winner. But second and third is
discounted.
50% off.
No, don't start saying numbers when you're not sure about it. It's a discounted off.
It's a
Let's
discounted
just go
off.
to discounted off.
I'll find the exact number. I was looking through what it is. Anyway, so winner gets an actual print this year, so big tick for that. Thanks, Chris. And then second and third get a discount off, and I think fourth and fifth also get a discount off as well. So top 5 will receive something. We have had a round off, so over the next 8 weeks, I'm sure we can find out what it actually is. But anyway, thanks to Chris at Dr. Auto Art. Get around his Facebook, Instagram, Redbubble if you are feeling like someone special in your life needs some art from Chris today. Today is National Dance Marathon Day.
And
so if you are into dance marathons...
I am very much into
and
dance marathons.
And you want to recognise that special person in your life who is into dance marathons, hit him up with some of Chris's fantastic artwork, because that is the best way to recognise those special people in your life. Right. Are we going to do last round as well? No, that's a bit messy. Let's just keep it simple, which is what I don't like to do. All right, let's go for Japanese Grand Prix. Let's look at the top 10.
Oh, that sounds good.
Our overall round winner was Ola Babs on 364 points. Ola went the limitless this round, which I hate to tell you, Ola, was a bit of a rookie mistake because you should be doing that on a sprint round, not a straightforward round. So 364 for Ola. Galvin de Souza finished the round in second place, did exactly the same thing with 357. Bo Cattle, sounds like a real outback sort of name. Sounds like a place you'd go to on holidays. Where'd you go on the weekend? I went to Bo Cattle. Oh, that sounds nice. Sounds like a place like that. That's what it sounds like. It does. I'm serious. No, don't agree with me. I'm just saying that's what it sounds like. It sounds like a place in Northern Territory or something like that.
You 7%. That's 7% thing.
If this is you missing one race, I'm concerned.
I
in
know.
5
We've
weeks'
got
time.
5 weeks off. Bo Cattle finishes in third place on 293. Bronwyn Collier 268. Bin Chicken. I thought that that's literally the name. Huge Lamington is the team. 266. Sounds like what my son would name his team or something like that. That's awful. Aaron Norton on 254. Sample Text. Now I feel like Sample Text listened to our pod the other week and was wrapped with the fact that we didn't know who they are and have left it because we put a call out and said please change your name. So Sample Text 236 points. Shane.
Oh,
doing a brilliant job. 231 to you.
Huge.
Fantastic.
Thought he bagged you out.
Yeah, I did because I was that bad in the last one. We're still down in 56th position.
Named it, which is great. So you had Kimi, you had Gabby, you had Arvid, you had Oscar, you had Ollie, and then you had Ferrari and Audi. So and then Adam Hughes rounds out the top 10 on 228 points.
Actually, he's ninth. So he doesn't
Ninth,
round out the
sorry.
top 10.
47 rounds out the top 10. On 226. I finished in 12th place, or equal 11th if you look at that, on 222.
Oh, Sebastian got the 50.
And where did you finish, Rich, our good friend? There you are, all the way down in
17th or something?
17th, 193 points.
Pretty decent.
Is not too bad, actually.
Yeah.
So there you go. So that's the round, and if we go to overall...
Hang on, I can't see Roger in 17th.
That's because you can't see.
He's in 17th.
Are you looking at overall or...
No,
for
Japanese.
I'm looking at Japanese Grand Prix, which is what I was looking at.
Your name's not Narnia Rondrell Martinez.
No, it's not like the actual
that is me.
17th. It's... No, you're not in 17th, sorry. 29th position, sorry, 193. See, the laptop, I don't have the numbers on the side on the laptop.
Why don't you have numbers on your
I
laptop?
don't know, I told you, I'm not a huge fan of the desktop. Sorry, 29th place for you, 193 points.
I was going to get away with that.
Oh, dear. Lucky I checked. I'm
Still
glad
a
you
good score.
clarified.
Still a great score.
It's still pretty good.
A great
Yep.
score.
All right. Overall, our top 10, it is Gavin De Souza leading all comers on 1,028 points, the only person in the thousands. Ola Babs in second place on 985. Bo Cattle, 953. Sarptish Das on 953 in fourth place. Roman Merrick is in fifth, 929. Bronwyn Collier, sixth, 927. I am seventh at the moment on 923. And then in eighth place, Asia Palacio Garcia. Don't know how I've gone with that one. 918. Andy Tails in ninth. And then our good friend Sample Text is in 10th place on 873. And for you two, well...
We are in...
It's nothing short of a disgrace because you're both equal 56th
on 548
position.
points.
There is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are only 6 people lower than the both of you.
Do you know how many chips I've used?
I don't
None.
care. It doesn't matter.
Zero
There are
chips.
They're
6
coming.
people
We're gonna be
lower
coming
than
so
you.
hard.
There is no way that I'm going to drop from 7th down to 50 wherever you are. 56.
I just need to check. Is Sam below us still?
No, Sam's
ahead of us.
Oh,
not
good Lord.
below you.
We need to check.
And that's the thing. Sam's in 43, so he's not setting the world on fire, but he's not.
Oh, Chris is beating us.
He's not.
My son's been...
There's a lot of people.
Jeez, we're a long way back, aren't we?
But it's a long way back. It really is.
That'll be fine.
It really is.
Can I see where if he used any chips? Has Sam used any chips? I don't think he has either.
Right. Well, I have used my Limitless, which was in China in the sprint.
Felt like a panic move, that didn't it?
No, well, that felt like a safe move because I know that Mercedes is fastest at that point. Ferrari was second fastest, and Lando was doing all right. So I thought that was a pretty easy points haul because we know what the order is. Rather in when we say we get to Brazil and suddenly it could be anybody getting it. So
yeah, more information is not good.
no, I'm just saying, like that's I'm just saying.
Yeah, we don't like to.
That's how
a bit
it
like how you
works.
choose your points. We don't need to take information on board and use it.
No,
we just throw a dart at a board.
That's what I was doing. So Limitless for that one, and then the other one I've used. I'm just trying to think what the other one I've used is. Oh, I used the autopilot this round. Just because
What's
I wasn't.
that again?
That's where it automatically.
You can't be bothered?
It automatically selects the double points driver. I was unsure about Kimi and George. I didn't know who was going to be on top, so I let it choose for me, and it correctly chose Kimi.
You got Kimi and George.
I do have Kimi and George.
That's a lot of driver.
It is a lot of driver, but I have made some changes since then.
There you go.
And then that's what I've done this round. I've already done my unlimited changes for next round because
God, I was so close to taking Oscar out of my team.
now we've got well, it's a good keep. It's a good keep there.
I swapped. I got rid of him having the double points.
Yeah, I did that
switched
too.
him to
Yeah.
Kimi.
I just feel like early use of chips is the right way to go this year because it's going to change very shortly. So you got to have the right team at the right time. Is the way I'm going with it. So
There you
anyway,
go. Very good. Let's get into some news. News coming out. Toto is very keen on Horner not coming back into Formula One, isn't he?
he described it as
Like broken
the
glass?
good. Yeah, they need the good, the bad, and the ugly, but all they've got at the moment is the good and the ugly. And he was referring to Fred Vasseur as the ugly, which I quite liked.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he is honestly there's a few people saying no to Christian Horner coming back into the sport.
Yeah.
he inquired about team principal role at Aston Martin, and I think Newey put
a veto on that and
said no,
nope.
no, I don't. I've done that. I don't need to do that again.
And I think the percentage of what he owns as part of his deal has probably allowed him to do that.
He's looked at going to Alpine.
Yep.
And Toto, I think, has sort of said...
He hasn't looked at buying.
He's
Alpine.
like, I don't really want Horner there. I might buy that team.
Yep.
Which, it's an interesting concept, that, isn't it?
Yep.
And I think they're probably, with engine bits and pieces, there might be a bit of vetoing going on there as well, if not.
It's true.
It's an interesting situation for Horner at the moment. He's obviously desperate to get into the sport.
Yep.
I'm surprised that Toto is so against it at the moment.
I think there's two parts to it. There's obviously the backstory and the behind the scenes of whatever went on at Red Bull, in the scandalous moments that he had. But I think the other side of that is that his record of winning speaks for itself. And so if you are looking to make your way up the grid, the last thing you want to do is support someone who can do it to possibly take your spot. So I can see that being a little bit of the element.
I don't think that's it. It seems more personal to me. It seems more personal. I feel like there's
be a little bit of elements of that too.
Yeah, he's going out of his way to try and put a stop to it. So Red Bull, they're in a world of pain. I don't think it's any coincidence that they don't have Horner anymore.
No, and that's it.
And they don't have Newey anymore. I mean, it doesn't...
Newey's been very successful in his new venture.
He's got some points on the board.
He has.
Just a couple, but it just feels like I think that's been forgotten a little bit at the moment with the Red Bull situation. Particularly with the powertrain, Horner was all across that, and he was so good at bringing everyone together. I mean, I know he wasn't particularly popular, but...
No, but that's that winning mentality, isn't it? Like, you become unpopular when you start winning. So, you'd look at... Imagine being like McLaren and Ferrari, and the last thing you want is someone given Alpine life and injecting them into the top three. The same with anyone. Just that's the last thing those big teams would want. And
Horner being Horner, he would not only straighten out a few things of that team, but he'll also bring investment.
Absolutely.
He'll also bring others to that team to fire them into something
and
more.
That's sort of what I'm saying. Like you suddenly lose a bit of money because you've dropped a position in the championship.
Would you like to see him back in the sport?
A little part of me would, yeah. I would be really interested to see if he could make his way to somewhere like Alpine and do what he did for Red Bull all those years ago and take what was really just an energy drinks company and just bring them into just as a powerhouse of the sport, which is exactly what they've been.
Shane?
Well, I mean, yes, he's obviously had some misdemeanors and problems, but I mean, here we have Flav, who I think has been to jail.
Well, that's exactly right. It's a super point. It's a super point. We really have.
We're very precious about Christian, yeah.
Yeah. Did you see he's doing speaking tour in Australia
I did see
August?
That, yeah.
August,
the second
and 4th.
Yeah. I'd be interested to see where and when and how much that is.
1st of August in Sydney, 2nd of August in Melbourne, and then 4th of August
Whereabouts
in
in Melbourne?
Hammer Hall, which I think... Is that the Arts Centre?
Yeah, well, it's one of the... I think it's one of the
halls in the Arts Centre.
Yeah. We should go to that.
We should, it'd be really interesting.
Terrific to go and
Have you been to the F1 exhibition yet?
No, I haven't. I'm probably going to say we probably should have gone Grand Prix weekend or something like that.
I think that would have been too busy.
Considering we were
there. I think it finishes, doesn't it, very soon?
Yeah, I've got
you got tickets
to it, but I haven't
Maybe we should go down on the train while the train's free.
Well, that's a good point, actually. We get tickets on the same day.
$109 to $249.
I don't think it's something you have to sit close up for. I think you can sit at the back and
probably
hear the same thing.
What's the difference between $109 and a $200 ticket?
Well, it'll depend on where you're sitting,
What do you get? Does it tell you? Like on the little...
You get special picks, don't you?
Pick up line suggestions.
Yeah.
For me, thinking about all this, he's getting Node from Alpine because of a range of different reasons. Aston Martin don't want him. Which is the team that could really do with a Christian Horner?
Probably only you're out.
Williams?
Yeah, not sure. Not quite
I
sure.
don't think. I think it's the last place to go, but yeah.
You said, Aldi.
You'd think. I mean, they've just lost their team principal. You would think that he would be the right person. I mean, if there was ever a project a little bit like what Red Bull was, right at the start, it's that. There's money. There is notoriety there. I mean, they've got everything he needs. And so you'd think that maybe that would be the spot for him, but I don't know. It doesn't seem to have popped up in conversation, does it?
No.
$275 for the VIP meet and greet.
Oh, so a bit of a handshake and an autograph.
Well, there are notes on the VIP meet and greet, but yeah.
What are the notes?
Don't ask him.
Once in a lifetime. I've got my glasses on.
Don't ask him. No, don't. No, the notes are on there. Don't ask him about this, and this.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it'll be interesting. Any other news that you wanna discuss?
Nah, news is just left, right, and centre, isn't it? Just
there's little tidbits coming in, but I think it's all just about let's get our heads down. Let's see what we can make of these regulations. Let's see what tweaks can be made. I wouldn't be at all surprised if by the end of this week or next week we get some little regulation changes, and the teams are going to have 3 weeks, 4 weeks to get their heads around it. To prepare something.
I think they'll be changing the battery allocation. I think they'll have to expand that. And Lando's now on his third.
Yep.
3 races.
Well, I don't know if they will be able to change that one unless everyone gives that one the all clear. Yeah. That's not a safety one. So I think they can only probably change something on safety grounds. But yeah, that's going to be a watch, isn't it? Because I mean, Alonso is already outside of his allocation, but mind you, they haven't had a penalty for that, have they?
No.
So maybe he's not. Maybe they're able to fix one of those broken batteries.
I think that's the idea. It's just a swap, and once it's discarded.
Yeah, I think they said in Melbourne that the one they had was fixable.
Yeah. Just not there and then.
Yep.
So that'll certainly be an issue, and it's going back to the sort of bad old days of penalty points coming in, I guess.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And anything else that you expect to see changed in the break?
I don't know. It's hard to say, isn't it? Like, we don't know what those changes are.
And what's been discussed.
Yeah,
I guess.
And what is going to be more beneficial and what isn't. So they're happy to be sort of fed that and then look at what's going on. I think there'd probably be a range of things. But what they are is anyone's guess.
Very good. Oh well, we'll be back with a fan frenzy a little bit later in the week. But until then, man, we're going to try and think of some sort of podcast to do in the break to fill some Formula One. Maybe we'll have a list. We might create a list and have an argument about a list.
A list. Maybe we could do a special whiteboard edition.
Yeah, I think we could do something like that. So anyway, keep your ears peeled for something else. We will certainly have a fan frenzy coming out a little bit later this week. But until then, goodbye now.